I hear about wave a lot, and I like wave punches, and I understand they're great to break down the body. I'd like to show you how to do them in order so that you can work from the basic to the end. When you throw a wave, it comes all the way through your feet, through your legs, through your hips, through your spine, through your shoulders, through your arms, and out like this. Right? Learning to do this is a very good way to break the body down. Most people, when they punch, they have tension somewhere in their body, and then the energy goes through their body, hits that point of tension, stops, and then has to start up and go again. And they lose a lot of power on their shot. So when you're doing a wave punch, you have to envision it comes right from your ankles. You kind of load, and you flick from the ankles and feel how the hips and the ankles and the legs work. And then you have to feel it up through your spine. And then the spine has to go through your shoulder and out through your hand. So if I was going to do this, I would just wave and come through. There's a lot of power on that shot because all that energy just travels through the body and has, awful snap on the end of it. The key to this is you can't treat it like a normal punch. A normal punch has structure, like the bones are behind it. So when I hit like this, or like this, like there's a drive behind it, where he drives. When you throw a wave, you're throwing a wave. Like when it enters the body, it weaves into the body. So it's almost like you have like a ball on the end of a chain. You're not trying to drive the guy as much as you're just trying to take that ball and hit them with it and let that dead force or that force go through them like this. So it's a different punch. A couple things you got to be careful with it is a lot of people get too loose, and on a pad you can get away with it, but they get loose in the hand and they get sloppy, and they got to be careful that you don't roll your wrist. What you got to make sure of is at that last second, like that wrist has to almost do that to maintain structure so he doesn't go down. So that is one of the best ways to learn to break your body down. It's a terrible punch in a fight. Terrible. It's so big. I mean, look, if this guy's coming to me, he's there, and I go, it takes 6 years to get there. I'm not even going to come close. So what happens is if he's walking at me or running at me, by the time it gets out of alignment, it'd be like taking a bullwhip and that tip has to hit there, but he ran in and I hit him in the middle of the whip and it didn't have anything on it. So sometimes that's a terrible punch. So what you have to learn with wave is you have to do it big first to understand how the movements work. But then after, you have to be very small with it. So what happens is down the road is the wave isn't as big. What will happen is you'll almost throw the hand out in front, and then the wave will crack at the end. It's like throwing a whip. If I throw this out here gently, and then I go like this, at the end, that's where the power is. So I throw it out. I don't do this first, right? I don't wave and make a big motion with it and do that because, again, that's great to learn mechanics, but the reality is in a fight that will never happen. So it just comes out nice, and it should come out smooth so they don't even see it, not a lot of body work, and then at the end there's a crack, just like that, right? So when you go through this progression, it should go very big. So I'm starting like this, right? Over time, you want to kind of go half. So you still load your legs and your hips. You just wait. Just comfortable, like that. Just smooth. As you get better, it then gets smaller. So you put the hand here instead, right? You put the hand, and then there's that crack. And if you'll notice, there's a lot of in the body at the end, right? It's not the beginning. That's where people screw this up. Is they go like this and they throw it early, and then it dissipates. You want to set this out, and then at the end, there's that pop and explosion through it. So the progression is you have to spend time in the beginning doing this very big to feel your whole body and make sure there's no tense spots through your body. When you get better with that, you shrink it, and then you go and you shrink it again, and you just keep making it till it's smaller and smaller and smaller. And if you understand how to snap that at the end of it, like, it doesn't need to be as big. And when that guy comes to you, you know, when you put it on him, he won't even see it because it's smaller. So start big, work to small. It'll generate a lot of force for you. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Ask questions, leave comments. Thank you guys for everything you do to help this channel grow.